Hi guys, welcome to the Link with Bonez. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends, family, everyone as Yakipa at the link. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for tuning in on another week. Really appreciate it. Mad Dog,
Yebo that.
skip on.
No got that. No fever qha yabona isifiva yasespring
Wena.
iyahlupha
Basiphuma kwisizini.
yasiphuma kwesizini. Hayi into zami vele.
Oh, if you
Hayi emakuphuma isizini.
ne?
Sendiyayazi.
Oh.
Ngithenga amayeza in advance.
So your client farmers.
Bayangazi clicks.
Mad Dog, did you see what's happening recently? I'm not sure how far it will be by the time you record this. But I know you guys were passionate about, not passionate, but you guys wanted to talk about this topic even on the previous episode. Lento yase Russia.
Yazi mina bra, yazi.
Firstly, what's the one pa?
So
I didn't follow this thing
So
properly.
the story list is not only a South Africa, it's just around Africa.
Really?
Yeah, they're around Africa. It's west footing up and north. So what happens is there is this campaign of finding, of recruiting Africans into Russia with the promise of
Yes,
of
yes.
jobs. But then you get families. It's all over YouTube, this thing, bruh. You get families now starting to speak out. My son went there because somebody says there's a job, and now recently, I hear what my son is in an army. Some they would be like, I got a letter that tells me my son dies, and nobody from Russia. Nobody tells me, nobody says how, where, but he was in the army and then he died.
But so wona xa behamba la ba apply kwi-army.
No, by Spain.
Ispanish sinjani?
I mean, like for instance, America kunemsebenzi and you go there. I'm an agent, and then you will find a job there, and then these guys go. Abanye they go knowing with because they are ex-army up in Africa. They were part of the army, but some of the guys they have no idea. Yeah, but especially ladies. Ladies don't know because ladies then they go
And
there.
then they end up putting them in the army.
Yeah, the guy is in the front line. So that means you
Le war bailwa Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah.
Ah,
So
man.
and most of the guys they were baba visit ungazi jonke documentaries zabo. I mean they tell you good, I went there and the next thing it's uniform, 1 week training, front line.
Bayabhatala yo.
Yeah, they get
At
paid.
least
they
if
get
they
paid, but it's not.
Hi guys, not at least please don't on the backlash.
I mean, no mungang patala property.
But
If
yeah,
it's out of
dingayazi.
my will,
Yeah.
and then you put me in the army so that your people don't die.
Sure.
Yeah, but your soldiers don't die. You're putting me in front. But also, they take girls, and then now they are doing something in the army. I saw another documentary where
The girls now also in the army.
no, it's part of the army. It's building drones, and they need to build drones also, in the ammunition and all of that. So they position. It is paid, but I mean, if Abantu they really don't know what's happening, yeah, but they go there not knowing.
But I
and
see
families and
But I see now here, sorry to cut you, man. But I see now here online, there's an article here, go to the celebrity that is linked to this thing that was offering jobs, and then the government had to intervene, offering jobs to women between the ages of 18 and 22. It prompted the government to issue a warning about the scheme and alert people to the dangers of human trafficking and unverified job opportunities overseas. Immediately when I saw this comment on my, okay, wow, sure.
where's the intelligence?
Of South Africa, ne?
Yeah, this thing was public. These guys were not hiding that they are recruiting.
But Angiri, they disguised saying that they are recruiting for modeling or whatever, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but it's yeah. I mean, ushukuthi until lento ivele mina kudala lento ndiyazi bra.
Sure.
So until lento ivele, do you think like ni intelligent ngena ku YouTube ijonga ukuthi
Intelligence South Africa need. But I think also another thing that we said now before we started, you guys were talking about Uguti, the celebrities that were involved or the influencers that were involved, they were just part of the apology, but a big part of it is that I lost my viewers, I lost my followers on TikTok, 3 million, for whatever the number is, and that they're not apologetic to the people that actually lost their lives Well, now all they care about is they.
Like they said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Everyone must be.
No, I saw that. I saw that on another podcast where people were talking basically, hey, but what about my viewers? And she was crying. She was like, I just want my viewers. Yeah. Yeah.
I got a brother that said.
It
I
is.
mean, I've been starting.
It's like if I don't know takes, you know, when a taxi crashes, taxi only abuzi. Taxi amenjan. Akabuzi ukuthi how many people, you know, got injured.
I think, Bra, it goes back to the issue yokulamba. Ukulamba. I mean, besithetha ngento ukuthi how complex our communities are, because you know you can think yabona ngoku ngithi into yokulamba. You understand? But you find out ukuthi, I mean, there's a lot of things that makes a person worry about it takes more than a person or injured. You understand?
Installment.
You need to find out. Hey,
But
do you get the idea? Maybe ucabanga lezo zinto wena awuyiboni, or omunye yabona celebrity, you don't know what drives abantu to find themselves. So because lento lena bra, so if in a channel mina bra ne, or ngi agent or whatever it is, but in influencer.
Yeah.
I mean, bra, I need to research. I didn't research ekubeni you always have topics that you are talking about in your channel. Do you understand? Where do you get those topics? So
Named Dog, you're saying in other words they must take responsibility as well.
They must, because if I am an agent, soccer agent, ngisabantu e-Europe, I need to find out that I'm not putting these people at risk.
Yeah.
You understand? It's my responsibility.
No, that's true. Mad Dog, I think this segment was very long.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll continue it and see what happens, you know, with these celebrities. So yeah, man, it's time to talk to our guest, introduce our guest. That's just a segment me and Mad Dog have. Guys, we have such a beautiful, lovely guest today. You know, as most people that came here are always older than me, so it's always weird for me to introduce. So I don't introduce my guests, allow them to introduce themselves. So, on Karin, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
I know you were scheduling your time there and shifting things around, but you finally find time to come. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Can you please just tell the people, you know, who you are, your full names, not the ones in the ID, but you know.
Well, I'm Karen,
Yes.
and my surname is Vivier.
Oh, so it's not Viviers.
Vivier, like the French.
Oh.
And my maiden name was Low.
Oh, okay. Karen Low.
Karen Low. Like our Tebogo Low.
Oh, yes.
I feel like family.
Oh, and he's overseas right now, you know. At this moment, by the time we're recording this, he's overseas. I think he's in America. Yeah, I think he's going to America. Okay, nice. Okay. So, like, you know, so your surname is French then, the one
that I married
that you
into.
married in.
Yes.
Do they have French blood in them?
Must be 300 years ago. If the blood is still
Is
there.
there? But it could be, because I mean, Franchok, you know, it means French corner. So probably, yeah. No, probably, yeah. So such a privilege and an honor to have you here with us. You know, so what made me, you know, and the team to not consider, but to invite you is just your special journey and story, you know. I'll start at the middle and then we'll go back a bit, you know, of, okay, maybe let me start it from the beginning. So where's Karin from?
So I was born in Pretoria,
Oh, where in Pretoria?
Waterkloof.
What's so close? Oh, with the base.
Yeah, but we didn't stay long. Then we moved to Johannesburg. That's actually where I grew up, in
Okay.
Linden.
In Joburg, Linden.
Linden. It's a suburb
Okay, I don't know it.
close to Randburg,
okay.
Northcliff,
Okay. I'm
Linden.
not familiar with, I'm familiar with Pretoria because I used to live there as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I lived there for three or 4 years of my life, yeah. So I'm but I'm not really familiar
Yeah.
with Joburg. Oh, okay.
Okay.
And how did you come down here to Cape Town?
Yo, but you jump now.
Okay, sorry. You lead me then. Sorry, my apologies. Okay, so you in Joburg and then?
Yeah, so I grew up there, and then when I was around 15, My father was transferred to Bloemfontein.
Okay. What was he doing?
He was a salesperson
Oh, okay.
of construction machinery and agricultural machinery.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that was quite traumatic to go to Bloemfontein from Johannesburg. And then I was there in school till matric, and then I decided to come and study at Stellenbosch University. And that's how
You got here.
I came to Stellenbosch.
No,
yes.
no, but tell me, how many siblings do you have? Or you're the
I've got
only
3
child?
sisters.
Okay. Older, younger?
I'm the youngest. I'm the baby
Of 3?
of 4.
Of 4?
Yeah, so I have 3 siblings, and I'm the youngest.
All girls?
All girls.
Oh, my goodness.
You feel sorry for my father?
Yeah, I do, you know.
I also felt sorry for him.
Was there one of them that maybe, was acting like a boyish? Or that maybe, that liked to fix cars or sell the agricultural stuff with him?
You won't believe, later in life, he was a hunter. Every June, July time,
Yeah.
he will go and hunt for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And bring back lots of meat, and the girls were never allowed to go with. We were never part of that
Of the
part
hunting.
of his life, yeah. So my one sister, she developed a love for guns and hunting.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so that's the closest.
So she was the closest.
Yeah,
So, but I'm
from
sure
that world. Yeah.
your mother must have been happy though when she just has all girls.
Yeah, she's got lots of friends. She's 92 now. I just came from her now.
She's still alive.
She's still alive.
Wow, you are so blessed.
She's in Strand in an old age home.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, she's got a full life because we are so involved with her life.
Oh wow.
The daughters, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren.
She has
Yeah.
great grandchildren. Oh yeah, because your
Yes.
kids have kids.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. She's so blessed. So she's lived to see the 3rd, 4th generation. That's you then. Yeah, 4th generation. Wow.
That's a blessing.
It is a blessing. It is a blessing. Wow, 92 though. Is she still strong?
Not like us, but
For a 92-year-old,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
wow.
She can still work with the phone, which is wonderful. That's important for our generations.
So she can WhatsApp.
She can WhatsApp,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
video call.
Wow. For the grandkids, obviously. Yeah.
Exactly.
For the great
Especially
grandkids.
those that's beyond our borders, that's overseas.
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah. Wow, that's nice, man. So now tell me, why did you say it was traumatic moving from Joburg to Bloemfontein?
The weather.
Oh.
Have you ever been in Bloemfontein?
I know it's very cold because I've been to Eastern Cape near Bloemfontein.
Yeah, no, it's
So it's very cold.
especially for a school child.
It's very cold.
Yes, because you have to go through winter with those school clothes. For me, it was.
And especially girls, because you guys wear skirts.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can
No,
imagine.
it was, and yeah, to as a teenager, it's difficult to move. You have your friends and everything, and
Yeah.
go to another place. But the good news is that I met Jan there, my husband.
We'll come to you.
Yeah. So I always say Bloemfontein. Yeah.
You met him at Bloem.
Yeah, in school. We were in
Don't
school
lie.
together. Yes.
Okay, I'll jump quickly, but we'll come back. So how many years have you been married?
Now, 37 years.
Shucks, people in this room are not even 37 yet, including myself.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 26. I'm joking. It's only Mad Dog that is beyond 37. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going for 38 December. Yeah.
So you're going
It's
to
a privilege,
It is a
yeah.
privilege. You're going to the 4th floor, 40 years of marriage. It is a privilege. Wow. So you guys met in high school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Bloemfontein.
And you fell in love there?
Only a matric. Yeah.
So at what age did you move to Bloemfontein?
When I was 15.
Oh, when you're 15. So probably that's grade 9 you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah, that's grade 9 that you're doing. Oh, okay, cool. Now, who decided that you guys must come and study in Stellenbosch? Is it the both of you, you and Jan, or was it
No, it was my own decision.
Okay.
My eldest sister, which is she's 10 years older than me.
Shucks.
So she came to Cape Town a long time ago.
Mm.
So, yeah. And she actually worked in Stellenbosch.
So
I
she
thought-
sold Stellenbosch to you.
I know, when I came to visit. So I thought it will be a privilege to study here.
And tell me, around what year is this, if you don't mind?
That I wrote matric or came to Stellenbosch.
Yeah, more or less.
1984.
Shucks. I was still not born.
Must you put it like that?
No, but I'm just saying that, you know, you've
Another time.
because you're still young. Well, when I look at you, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, I love it.
I mean, we
love
even,
it.
you know, we're wearing even matching stuff. So you see, you still,
Exactly.
unless I'm part of the older generation. Okay, wow. So now you in matric, and then you decide to come to Stellenbosch. And what are you studying? What career did you choose?
I studied social work.
Oh, okay.
BA social work.
Why did you choose that?
I love people,
Okay.
and I wanted to be educated in how to help people purposefully and in a wise manner. Yeah.
Instead of just out of your own knowledge that you know at the time. So did you practice social work after you finished studying?
Yes.
For how many years?
Full time, 2 years. I worked at NICRO. It's with the rehabilitation of criminals.
Sure.
Yeah, and then after that, I did some work with Patch. It's in Somerset West with sexual molesters. And I did therapy with children, and then I also worked at the court later years, like a mediator between the children that's abused and the court. Yeah.
Oh wow. Sure. So the reason of you choosing that, is it something that you've always wanted to, you knew you always wanted to do, or did something happen that developed the love of wanting to help people? Because I call social workers social doctors, basically. Or is it something that you've always had?
I think, if I think back as a child, I wanted to be an air hostess
Okay.
because it looked
You fancy. Yeah.
You travel and you
Yeah.
serve people. I love that part.
Yeah. It's fancy.
And then I did like a psychological test, and that came up, social work. My first choice, to be honest, was physiotherapist.
Just hang on. So when you say you made a psychological test, you mean that you did a test to see which career would suit you the best? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
career
Okay.
test, yeah.
And social work came out on top. And you also were like, oh, I'm good with it. It's something that.
Yeah, my father said he doesn't think it's a good idea because my heart is too soft. But that's the wonderful thing of studying. They teach you well how to be a social worker. Yeah.
So you're a firm believer in education?
Oh yes, for sure.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay. I didn't know. So now you finished. So now you how was it at Stellenbosch University at those times?
Well, my course, I enjoyed that a lot. I think it's one of the best courses at university because you do practicals from day one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because I know a lot of courses is just theory.
Theory, yes.
So that I really enjoyed. And you learn a lot about yourself, about your family, your community. Yeah, I think I enjoyed university, but in that time,
Hey, these guys outside.
I also really made business with God, and that really changed my life as well.
At university?
Well, it started at school, but when you leave home, you must make decisions now on your own. Yeah.
So tell me, what do you mean you made business with God? What does that mean?
Yeah, I decided not to compromise because I saw not all the students, it's a time when they break free.
So freedom for them.
Freedom for me. And and I just decided I actually want to choose God 100%.
But do you come from a Christian family?
I can say Christian. Yes, my mother is a Christian,
Okay.
but my father wasn't a confessed Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had like both worlds in
your household.
house. Yes.
Okay. Which is nice.
So, yeah, it was
Because you get to see,
both sides, and
yeah.
even in that background, I also had to make a decision. Who do I want to follow? Yeah, it's actually good.
So then you followed mommy,
Well, you weigh up. You weigh up
your option.
which one makes sense.
Yeah.
Which one is worth the sacrifices? Because it is, sometimes you must make sacrifices. And I just thought,
And then when you got to Stellenbosch, that's when you made, is it then when you made the final decision to, I'm not going to compromise, I'm going to go all in? Or was it before?
yeah, no, definitely at school, at a camp, if you want to know, specific, it was a specific time I made that decision. But I think when you're still in the comfort of your home, you protect it. Yeah, but when you go on your own, you must make more decisions on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you say, how was the times at university? Remember, I grew up in the apartheid years, and it was a very real thing. It wasn't an easy thing to live with if your eyes opened and see what really happened. Yeah.
But let's go a little bit deep on the apartheid thing, but we're going to come out. But were you guys like aware of it? 'Cause I remember I had another guest here, but she was black, but she was one of the first generations to go to, multiracial schools or white schools. Just now they're called multiracial. So in 93, somewhere in 93. So, I asked her, how was it in those days? Now you were the first black generation to go into the schools. And then she explained. Then I asked her, but back before you went there, were you aware that there's something called apartheid or racism in such a way? And how did that, affect? So I guess more or less the same question. Were you, from a white perspective, were you guys like aware as kids now? Not as adults, but as kids. When I say kids, I mean like maybe around 16 upwards. Were you like aware that, there's this thing, called apartheid, or there's other people living this nature and people are living this nature?
Remember, I grew up in Johannesburg, and I wasn't really aware of the concept of apartheid, but I was aware that people that look different from me doesn't stay around me. And you just see them in the day, and then you don't see
Them at night.
Yeah, so that was my first awareness.
Okay.
And that, and Soweto, remember in the 70s, it was that uprising of Soweto.
Yes.
And
76.
there was some family that, was in the police, and they had to be involved there. And so, things like that made me aware that something is not right. But as a child,
What do you do?
what do you do?
Yeah.
And I must say, my mother, she also really committed her life to the Lord, she made me aware of Soweto, because she will have friends there, and we will go in there. And she also was involved with like a multicultural church, which wasn't
Was something weird at that time.
at that time, yeah. So I grew up in that that as a believer, you and in God's family, everyone is there. He created everyone equal. So that was amazing to me. But I know that there was difficulties even for that group together. They didn't always feel free. Yeah.
Is it together by themselves? So as a child, you are aware. Okay. Then you come to Stellenbosch, and now you're at varsity. Now you doing your practicals. Are you more aware now?
Yes, because I remember so well we did research in Strand. We had to go door to door to find out, who's in the house. It's like a census.
Yeah.
And because they want to build houses, that's where I got, really aware of, okay, there is a big difference. And especially with socioeconomics, you realize that people were treated differently. And even with the group acts, that you live in different areas. Yeah. So especially in social work, you get
taught a lot.
You know, things are different. Yeah.
I think moving to the interesting part of your life, I'm gonna skip a bit, but we might come back. We might come back. So I'm just gonna skip. Zoop. I don't know whether you can correct me now. 98, 99, or 2000. You guys moved to a township called Cayamandi, and this is where we're shooting from. You decide to move to this township, which is just on the outskirts of Stellenbosch. And you still live in this township. What year was it? 98, 99, 2000?
Yeah, 98.
Was it 98? Shucks, it's like it was yesterday. Okay. Was it the house that you moved in? It's that one there by Madiba, right?
Yeah,
That's
Mr. Mente's house.
Yeah. Was that 98? Okay, I was born then. I was older.
Really?
Yeah.
Now we know.
I saw the move. But now tell me, let's first fast track. So I think what people don't know and what makes, one of your stories interesting is that, you decide to move to Cayamandi. Why did you decide? And where were you living before?
Okay, but that
You can take us back if you want us to get context.
It connects with what happened also as students. I joined also a multicultural church, which had a big influence.
Influenced by mommy.
Huh?
Influenced by mommy in Soweto.
No, but that was in Joburg.
But I'm saying, but it did play some sort, I'm sure it did. Yeah.
So,
did you join the multicultural church as a student?
As a student, yeah. So that was around 85.
Okay.
85, 86, yeah. And that time, we were confronted as Christians. What do we do to fight fight, to go against it? What can you do? Must you throw bombs? Okay, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So we decided relationships is the key.
Okay.
We must build relationships. That's going against apartheid for me. And how do you build relationships? You start getting to know people. So there was a few people from Cayamandi that was in the church,
Okay.
Machalis, which is
okay.
an old family,
Yeah.
James and Wilmina Machali. Nuku Pala, I don't know if you know the Palas, and Mentes.
The Mentes, yeah.
So we got to know them very well and came to visit them often.
As students now.
As students,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. And the same with people from Flottenburg, people from Cluttersville, Iris Valley.
Yeah.
Jamestown.
Yeah. These are all towns, guys, that are surrounding,
Yeah.
Stellenbosch. Flottenburg is a farm town or farm area just outside of the skirts of Stellenbosch, near Spier. And Idas Valley is the colored community just on the other side of Cayamandi. Yeah? Just
Yeah.
giving context to our viewers.
So it was really a mix of cultures and areas and people coming together. And in that context, we had to deal a lot with apartheid and the hurt of apartheid. And I think what was very significant for me is when we do an act of saying sorry, and that was by washing each other's feet.
The congregation now.
Yes.
Okay.
And praying for each other and ask forgiveness. That was a very important part of that time.
And this is 85.
85, 86,
Yeah.
87, and beyond.
Yeah.
It actually started, we went to a conference in Durban in 1986. And there they motivated people, part of the conference, to choose someone that's from another race and wash their feet. And that was actually the turning point for me
Okay.
to really, where God changed my heart and where I made a constant decision, that I'm not going to live the same as my forefathers.
So that's when you made that decision. Wow. So now you come back from the conference and now you guys are like, do we throw bombs? Do we what? Then you do relationships. So now you're coming in and out in Cayamandi, having these friends. So your whole perspective is changing.
Definitely. And I remember now, there's still Jan.
Yeah.
And the seed was actually sown in him with his visits into Cayamandi.
Are you married at this time?
No,
No, okay.
that, but he must actually tell this. It's his story, but I will just tell that.
'Cause he's
little
not
bit.
here now.
Yeah.
But we'll call him.
That we were walking in the streets and a guy at a Shabin say, what are you doing here? We can't even walk where you live.
Sure.
And that just in short, that planted a seed in his heart that he wants to be part of the community.
Sure. At that time already.
That time.
Sure.
So, then in the meantime, we got married. No, I'm not going to... You want know everything or not just in short?
I'm looking at our time.
Yeah.
I'll come back when I want more details. But you got married and...
Then we first stayed in an apartment in Stellenbosch, and then we decided to build our first home in Gordons Bay.
Okay,
We
nice.
stayed there for 5 years, and that is where I was convicted to come and stay in Cayamandi. So he always told me he wants to come and stay in Cayamandi.
Wow.
The Lord showed me this is where we're going to raise our children, and not to be determined what the government say or what the culture say, but what God says is good for our family.
Yeah. So how did that arrangement kind of? How did you get the house? Where did you start?
It was a long journey. It was sometimes difficult.
Yeah.
Like anything that's worth it is difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
There's always a price to pay. I think
Wow, that's a very important gem, what you just said now. That when something is worth it, there's a price to pay. Wow, that's, I think I'm going to steal that for me. Sorry I disturbed you there.
what's so interesting, you won't believe when we decided, okay, now we're going to stay in Cayamandi. we want to sell the house in Gordons Bay. In that time, there was a German that wanted to start a guest house. So I have to tell you this just to explain to you the hurdles.
Yeah.
So fast forward, we see, but okay, he changed the guest house, he made it very nice, but it's not a normal guest house because it's only men that stops there, and when I want to welcome the people inside, I saw it's only girls, and on the doors there's names, only girl names.
Wow.
And then I realized, but it's actually a brothel
Wait, just before.
in Gordons Bay,
Is this your house?
next to my house.
Oh,
Yeah.
next door.
So now we want to sell. We're now on a mission.
To
we
sell
want
the house, yeah.
and now there's a brothel next to our house. Okay. But yeah, so it took another 2 years before we could do anything.
Because of the brothel. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, something else happened that was very sad. Yeah. The second hurdle that I'm just going to share briefly.
Yeah.
In that time that we want to come, there was a family murdered in Die Boert by a man that stayed in Cayamandi.
Sure.
Everyone said,
This,
Don't
yeah,
come.
Yeah, it makes sense.
even the people in Cayamandi said,
Don't
please,
come.
don't come, look what's happening. Yo. And then,
So Deport is a suburb just outside. It's a suburb within Stellenbosch, one of the big suburbs and fancy suburbs in Stellenbosch, yeah.
it was the Offner family, the whole family.
Yo.
Yeah. So, then we go pray, and yeah, Jan just felt God. We felt that time that God says He will never talk to us through fear. He talks through love.
That's true. That's so true.
Yeah. So we said, no, we're not gonna listen to all these fears. This is not what we feel we must do. Yeah.
Oh, that's so important, guys, that God speaks through love, you know? So when you know that you are fearing and you think it's God, just know it's not God. It is the devil himself. Because that's what he uses, fear, the most. So I think that was just so important.
Yeah, just to come in with the whole thing of apartheid as well, remember?
Yeah,
It's
apartheid was fear. Yeah. Apartheid, the whole thing was to instill fear on black people and then, yeah.
And vice versa, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you guys were told that black people are communist and they want to kill you and everything. Yeah, so on both sides.
Brainwashed.
Yeah.
Brainwashed, yeah.
Yeah.
But thank God, He can change your mind totally, yeah. And your heart.
So now people are telling you don't come, and you guys still feel strongly convicted to come to
Oh,
Cayamandi.
yes, for sure. So it took a while for us to sell the house there, and now it's a long journey. It feels like we swam upstream. Remember, we must now go against the grind of society, against culture. Then we went, but Jan must actually tell that story because...
Oh, we must invite Jan.
Yeah,
oh,
I
boy,
know.
Jan.
So I'm going to leave that to him.
Okay,
to
we're
tell
going to
that
call
detail.
it. So you promising us we're going to tell Jan to come to the show and come tell his side of the story?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, you heard it?
I think you will really enjoy that.
Okay.
But yeah, it took a while for us to actually get into Cayamandi. So we first had to rent a house. That time it was called Green Oaks. That's now Welgevonden. So we rented there to wait.
To come in.
To come
so you're
in.
moving closer.
Moving closer.
Welgevonden is an estate just outside of Cayamandi.
Yeah. So we were interviewed at the municipality when we tried to get a plot, and they wondered who's these people, and so they first wanted to check us out, but that is Jan's part. That the detail of that. But
Okay.
at the end, we were able to buy a plot, and they didn't give us a choice. They decided which plot. So we bought that. So we were very thankful because we didn't know how it's going to look like when you move in. But it was just a plot. So what can we do with a plot? Nothing.
Yeah.
And like any other suburb, where you buy a house, we couldn't buy cash.
Yeah, through the
We
bank.
have to go to the bank.
Yeah.
So we approach the bank and they say, sorry, but you first have to build 70% before you can, because it's a township.
Sure.
Wow, we said, wow, really? We didn't know that? Okay.
70%.
So then that was another hurdle.
It is.
And in that time, then Mr. Mente said, listen, I'm going to move. Me and my family is going to stay where I'm working. You
Yeah.
are welcome to rent the house.
I went to school
we
with
were so
Mente's
happy.
kids.
Huh?
I went to school with Mente's kids.
Really?
Yeah, primary school. Yeah, in Good Hope. But anyway, sorry,
Can't
continue.
believe it. Yeah, so that was such a door for us to, that was so amazing. It felt like we were in heaven. Because it took us nearly 7 years to get here.
So you wanted to come here. So by the time you got here in 98, that was 7 years of work.
Yeah.
So that means in 91 already you guys have made up your mind.
Yeah, well, remember Jan? He got in the 80s already.
I know the seed, yeah.
yeah.
But then in 91, you were
So
starting the process.
Yeah, 92, I would say
92.
at that time, yeah.
But remember that time, 92 is still apartheid. Remember, apartheid ended in 94. So 92, I mean, it's not that bad. Things are getting because of negotiations and everything. But it's still there.
Yeah.
You know, segregation, the separation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's still there. Wow.
No, we were definitely deeply criticized for doing this, and wanted to pursue this. When I told my mother today I'm going to speak about my life and Cayamandi,
Yeah.
she said, please tell them it was so difficult for me.
Because I wanted to ask, how was it for your parents? That was my next question. Good. Okay. So how was how did your parents receive it?
It was very difficult, but we will always be thankful towards my father. Like I said, my father was more right,
Yeah.
and he couldn't understand that. He just couldn't. But he said, because he loves us, he will support us.
Wow.
So he was the one. He had like that. Remember that small Datsun buckies?
Yeah. Potsotso, that's what we
He
call
had
them.
one like that, and he was the one that helped us to move in here.
Really?
Van Welgevonden, yes.
So he drove with
That's
that.
love.
That is love.
And he supported us till he died.
Sure.
He will come and do babysitting in Cayamandi.
Sure.
That was, for us, that was a big life lesson. Because, sometimes your children do things that you don't always approve or you don't agree with them. But this was a lesson to us that even if you don't agree, because you love them, you support them.
You support them. Wow. So how did your mother take it?
Yeah, remember, she's now the Christian lady.
Yeah. So the opposite happening.
She said, it was very difficult, but she, on her knees, she dealt with it, and the same support us 100%. Yeah.
Wow. And the kids at that time? Because I know you had kids at that time.
Yes. So my youngest, Christine, she was 1 year old when we moved in.
Yeah.
And Louise was 4 and Daniel was 6.
Wow. How did they take it? Or they were just kids that
Yeah, they were kids.
they didn't know anything?
Maybe you must get them, yeah.
No, I just remember we used to go play with Daniel's toys the whole time.
nice.
Because then we didn't have so much toys, so we
Yeah.
just, play with these toys. Oh,
It
wow.
was lovely to have the children. That was definitely a bridge
Yeah.
to connect with the community, the kids.
No? Yeah, because they were just free, Wow. And then
They were free.
and then now your friends, in terms in the white community, how did they receive the whole thing when you're finally moving now, after the murders and everything? Now that we are, what are they saying? Did you get support from them?
Yes, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Of course, some fall away, and some stick.
And then now, when you are in the community, now you are here. How are you received by remember, you're the only white family that lives here, and you're here by choice. I think that's very important. You are here by choice. So how are they taking it now? Are you welcomed, or are you like, people are like saying, no, go away? Like that man that in the Shabin, why are you walking here? Or I can't walk where you live. How was that?
It was very interesting to us. I think for everyone, it's like we don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
We had a dog, Jessie, Staffy.
Yeah.
That first night, she slept inside, and it was so in all the dogs that barks, and she barks from inside and outside. Remember, this is now our first night.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I think people also wondered, the neighbors down there where we stayed, wondered, who are they,
Yeah.
And a few nights after, there was a knock on the door. These boxes were still everywhere, and it was Fred Mkontwana.
Oh, yeah, he passed away sadly.
Yeah.
The Fred.
And a few of the people that he went to church with.
Yeah.
And we didn't know him at that stage. So we thought, don't know what to expect.
From him.
And they came in, sat on the boxes, and he just said to us, I just want to welcome you. And I really hope people in town is going to see that we're not, you used other words, I'm not going to use that word.
That's
but
fine.
yeah, that we're not so terrible that people say we are.
Yeah.
And that really touched our hearts. Yeah.
To get that welcome. Yeah. You look emotional when you talk about this.
Yeah, a lot. You must understand, this is so close to our heart. And yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. As I said, it's a podcast, not on TV, so it's fine. Just we don't have any tissues. See, guys, I keep on saying we must have a female to help us here. Because now none of us were prepared for this. Yeah. Wow,
No,
man.
I think I have.
You have, okay.
No, it's a, yeah. You know what's the big thing?
Yes.
Why I get emotional is because everyone will say, your kids, how can you be so irresponsible? Because of your children. It's fine if you do it,
Yeah.
But how can you take your children? But for us, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was wonderful because there's such a richness and a life.
Sure.
I will choose it all over again because how dare people choose for you? How dare people brainwash you with fear? I thought, at least if I can just teach my 3 kids that you cannot judge people how they look.
And not just by words, but by literally.
Yeah, how
'Cause-
can you? How can you? And I know if they think back, if they stayed in the Boerd or, other suburbs, there's no difference.
Yeah.
It's people.
end
It's
of the day,
personalities.
Yeah.
It's love. It's joy. It's kindness. Yeah.
And I know you guys got so entrenched in the community, you know, your family. And then I think maybe on a lighter note, but maybe we'll come back. A nice thing that I really enjoyed that you did. Can you please tell the people you had lunch?
On a lighter note. Yes.
Or is it still heavy, even the lunch story?
Okay, so, yeah. That was amazing. You know, my eldest, Daniel, and I were traveling in America. We went to Washington, D.C., and we were invited into this, they call it the White House on the Hill. So it's in the African-American so-called area. And they had these lunches where they actually want to get everyone together every week. And that is where I decided, I'm going to do this in my house. I want to invite people, and I want to be a bridge for people to come together and tell their stories. And that's what I did. Yeah, I did it from 2012 to 2017, because then my husband did work in Tanzania. So we went there for 2 years. But what's amazing is there was a core group of the lunches that decided, no, this is not going to end. So they continued.
In Legacy, ne?
At Legacy,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So that was wonderful. It was difficult for me to let it go. It was like my
Your baby.
baby.
It was every Wednesday.
But there's something else that Jan taught me. He always said, remember, whatever we do and in our community must be able to go on if a bus hits us.
Wow.
So it mustn't be dependent on us. We are just vehicles. It's not Jan and Karin at all.
Wow.
At all. And that was such a beautiful example to me, that even if it was painful to let it go,
But it still
because it's so
continued.
close in my heart.
Yeah. But it continued.
And the other thing is, we never came here to do projects.
It says so on the internet if you Google it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
It says
I
they
never
want,
Google myself.
it says they never just came for projects.
For relationships?
Yeah.
For relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, obviously out of who we are, things did flow out, like the lunches. Okay, must I still tell about the lunches? So
Yes, because now I was going to explain
Oh,
what the lunch was. So
okay.
please do explain to the people.
So it was once a week, on a Wednesday, anyone could come. So I never knew.
Guys, like, she literally means anyone, like literally.
Yeah.
There were people there sometimes like, hey, they here.
But there was something of cooking a meal and sitting around a table and share stories. Unfortunately, I didn't record anything or written down anything, but there was amazing good fruit that came out of it. Yeah.
So I'll be honest, the first time I went there was just get free food, you know?
I know many people, but that's fine.
Because at the
I
time,
didn't mind.
I was working in Prochorus, right, with Nompi. And then she's like, so I was like, I'm hungry. She's like, hey, do you know there's lunch? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, let's go. So that's the first time I went, was just for free food, because Nompi told me that Wednesdays there's free food there, or there's lunch. She didn't explain the concept. And so I went, and then, I enjoyed it, because I think I went for a couple of times when
But
I was
I
not
will
busy.
always remember, I don't know if the topic, okay, with the lunches, there's
always had a
a
topic.
3-course meal. the
3 course,
start-
guys. Hey, those are good old
starter,
days.
a main meal and a dessert, and with a topic.
Yes.
And I think everyone must share their music. that they love. And I think you were there because that day you said, no, you don't hang on to a specific person, you rap. And I was so impressed with your song that you rapped for us, just like that. I think you made it up.
Yeah, on the spot, yes.
Wow.
I was a good freestyler, guys, back in the day, believe it or not.
freestyle.
Your boy Bonez was good in rapping. Mad Dog, I was a rapper.
Yes.
It's I think, I don't want to talk about me, but just quickly. So I think rap for me is one of the tools that God used to kind of, I don't want to say rescue, but to kind of help me, and shape, because of the kind of rap I was listening to. It was not the swearing one and degrading women, but it was one that really just taught you and to build you as a person, but also as a man, because also, no, don't talk about myself now. I know I can go on. But just growing up sometimes in the township, we don't have much role models, and so those guys, those who are doing the good rap kind of became my role models, and it really helped me, and it also helped with my speech and confidence as well. I think God really used it as a tool in my life to really kind of shape the kind of person that I became.
It's very interesting. I'm involved with a life group, a small group, Christian group. And I did the same thing the other day around the table. Each one has to share the music.
Yeah.
And now there's a music called drill.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard about it?
No, what
there's
kind of
a-
music is drill? Karen?
It's a type of hip hop, but it's heavy on the boom, boom.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's interesting. Yeah. So I learned every day.
Mad Dog, want to say
something.
something? I think
No, I was saying you are truly part of the older group.
No, I'm proud.
This
I'm
is
proud.
a 20-year-old that said this to me, so that's why I know.
You see,
He
I'm
listens to drill.
I'm past 20 now. Oh, way past 20. Wow, man. So I think for me, can you just maybe explain? So before we close, what made you guys to continue to stay?
Love. Love for God, love for people.
Ne? Can I? Maybe I don't know, but don't cut this out. But I just want you to say, maybe I don't know if you're comfortable saying this, but throughout, I know that even at your house there was some break-ins at times, right? And you guys still chose to stay, right? Now for me, that's love, because then you could have used that as an excuse, and so for me, that is part of the thing where you say crime does affect all of us.
All of
It's
us,
not a race thing, because even at my house, people did break in and they stole my laptop and stuff. So I love the fact that those things did happen and you still chose to stay. I think for me that is a beautiful part of the story, because that didn't scare you, or the fear that you spoke about earlier, and that made you want to leave immediately when those kind of things happen.
Every year we moved in November, 27 November. It's like a big celebration for me. So this year it will be 27 years.
Of staying here.
Yes.
Wow. And also, I know that you also, I'm not sure now, but I know you used to go to the weddings and traditional ceremonies that would be held in Cayamandi. How was that, the cultural experience?
No, I love it. I love how we do things differently. I'm not
Yeah.
scared of that. I love it. I embrace it.
Ne?
Yes. That makes life interesting. Makes life rich.
Yeah. And your kids now, where are they? I know, but I'm just asking for the
okay.
viewers.
So my eldest, he and his wife is in Toronto.
Okay.
And my second, Louise, and her husband is in Durbanville. She's a teacher there. And my our youngest, Christine, and her other half is in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. I asked that to say what you said earlier on, when people said, how could you be so irresponsible with your kids? But look how they turned out. And to show that it's all part of God's plan at the end of the day. Because, they turned out not what people thought, whatever they thought, which was negative, but the opposite happened. you know. And I think for me that is so important, to go back to that thing that you said earlier on, that to say that even if people thought whatever they were thinking, but it didn't happen. But God's
By
will
God's grace, yes.
exactly
Yeah.
happened, you know. Wow, man, that's so great. So tell me, lastly, or not lastly, second lastly, would you recommend other people to move? And I'll tell you why I say this. So also what I do tours, township tours. So I have people from all over the world, then we take them through the township. And I always, because I always stand where you first lived. Then I mentioned that, you know, earlier we had a white family that moved here. The question they would always ask, Bones, did any other white family ever move in? Then I'd say, no, that was the only one. So if you had to speak, you know, and you can speak to the camera, not even to me, but if you had to speak to other people, would you say to bring the Rainbow Nation or to bridge that gap, would you say we should integrate or, you know, move into township as well? And do you think it would be good for our country? But yes, please talk.
Yes, a big yes. Don't let fear hinder you, or the ideas that separate people. That is, that's not a positive thing for yourself and for people around you. There is such a rich life to open yourself to other cultures and to the differences of people. Don't be scared to live among people that's different from you. It's a privilege. It's really a privilege. And even to share what you have, that is a privilege.
Wow, thank you so much for coming. I'll just have shared this one story. So when I finished matric, I wanted to be a lawyer, I think. And I think Nompi asked me to go speak to Jan.
Yes,
you know,
I
to
will
tell him.
also say so.
And I did. And then I was like, no, I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. After the conversation we had, I think that was also good. But thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate you and your story. And, you know, I just hope and pray that it touches people. And I pray for this, we'll have testimonies where people start moving. We'll have white families start to move into townships now, you know, and we'll really be an integrated society, you know, and people stop being scared, because I think once that happens, I think so much can change. But thank you so much for being a blessing, you and your family. And please tell Jan that he must come now and tell his part. There's so much I want to ask him.
Part 2
Yes, part 2 with Jan.
with the Cayamandi story.
With the Cayamandi story with Jan. But thank you so much, Aunt Karin.
The
Really.
Viviers.
Yes, with the Viviers. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a privilege.
Guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the link with Bones. And thank you so much for tuning in.